You should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Ain't nobody gonna do for you.
And what is going on, guys? This is Shady here, bringing you back a new video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the PS4.5 or the PS4 Neo, whatever you want to call it, and also the Xbox One Scorpio. And then towards the end, I'll be leaving my thoughts on both systems or system upgrades, as you want to call them, and everything. But first, let me just talk about the gameplay real quick. And I'm just like, I have this gameplay courtesy of I completely forgot the name right now. I'm sorry, guys, but I'll have his channel up in the title. You know, free to use gameplay, so no copyrights or anything. And I know some of you guys wanted some Overwatch gameplay, and I don't have the game yet, so this is this is what I'm gonna do. Meanwhile, but also before I start this video, make sure to hit the like button. And I know I usually get around 25 to 30 views, so if each one of you guys can like the like button, that would be greatly appreciated. Let's try to get this video up to 20 likes, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And follow me on Twitter and Twitch and everything. I'll put it up in the screen. Anyway, on with the video. So I'm gonna talk about the PS4.5 or the PS4 Neo first. And so basically, this is all rumors, right? So basically, the 4.5 or the Neo, I'm just gonna call it Neo. It's supposed to have 4K playback capability. So that just means that if you're playing a movie, like let's say on Netflix, or you put a Blu-ray in, it's supposed to like output in 4K, which is, I guess, pretty cool, I guess. But there's also another rumor that it's supposed to have 4K like capabilities, as in playing in 4K, and I just think that rumor is false, because there's no way a console in 2016 or even 2017 or 18 that can hit 4K and still be like affordable, because right now there's not a lot of PCs that can hit 4K and have a steady 60 frames per second. Like, they can barely handle it at 30 frames per second. So right now 4K isn't really an issue, you know. Like, right now you should focus more on 1080p or 1440p, you know. Also, like, Kotaku released the news about the Neo around 2 months ago, and since then leaks and rumors haven't stopped at all, so that should mean something. And the release date is probably around 2016 release date, or maybe early 2017 release date. Also, like, they're calling, like, when this comes out, they're gonna call the PS4, like the one that came out in 2013, they're gonna call it the base model. And basically, the rumor is that Sony said that every game has to work with the PS4, as well as, like, if they're gonna make it for the Neo, that it has to work with the PS4. So it's not like it's upgrading from a PS3 to a PS4. It's just kind of like a hardware update, I guess. Kind of like you would do on a PC, which is kind of weird, because this kind of thing has never happened before in like a console generation. Maybe like something like this, maybe similar, was how like you can buy you can upgrade the memory on the Nintendo 64 with Donkey Kong. But other than that, I don't think there's anything like this. So yeah, so don't think you don't have to get the Neo. When it comes out, you don't have to get it. Maybe if you want your games to look a little bit better and run smoother, you should, but you don't have to get it. Like, they're not abandoning the PS4 base model, basically. And the price range is around maybe 400, but no one really knows. And people say 400 because that's the price range. That's the price that the PS4 originally released back in 2013. Now I'll talk about the Xbox One Scorpio and Slim. So basically, a rumor came out that supposedly Microsoft at E3 is going to announce two consoles, and not two consoles like in two console generations, but they're going to come out with the Xbox One Slim, which is kind of a no-brainer, because if you look at an Xbox One, it's like a giant VCR. Like, I'm not calling it ugly, because I actually really like the Xbox One design. It's just that it's too big, but I still understand why they did that, because they didn't want like the 360, like what happened with the the 360 happening again with the Red Ring of Death. So they made it, you know, fans all over the place and make it big so it doesn't overheat. But now that they kind of figured out the hardware and stuff, they can slim it down now. So they're coming. Watch out for the Xbox One Slim. That's obviously gonna come out this year. But also there's gonna be an Xbox an upgrade, like kind of like the PS4 Neo, and it's gonna be called the Xbox One Scorpio, or the code name is the Scorpio. Like, these are code names, guys. They're not gonna be called the Neo or the 4.5 or something. It's just, you know, nicknames or code names. And the Scorpio has a rumored release date of maybe 2017. You know, this is all rumors, so no one really knows when this is gonna come out. And just a basic example of what the specs are gonna be like for it. Currently, the Xbox One has 1.32 teraflops, while the PS4 has 1.84 teraflops. And teraflops are a measurement of processing power, so, you know, kind of how you would measure, like, let's say inches and stuff like that. You know, it's just a measurement of processing power. So clearly in this, you can tell that the PS4 has more like processing power than the Xbox One, which is why some games have higher resolutions on the PS4 than the Xbox One. But the rumor is that the Scorpio will be aiming at 6 teraflops. That's a giant upgrade from the Xbox One's 1.32. But this is the good part, guys. The PS4 Neo is rumored to have 4.14 teraflops, and if this is true, which I don't know if it's true or not, but if this is true, then that means that the Xbox One, like the Scorpio, is going to be more powerful than the PS4 Neo, which basically puts us back in like the 7th generation, when actually even in the 7th generation the PS3 was stronger, but because it had the cell processing power, the devs couldn't really maximize it out, so the games always look better in the 360 than it did in the PS3. But this could be different, guys, and this could actually switch things around with Microsoft, because if you go on any video on YouTube about like gaming related, you always see like Sony fanboys calling it like, you know, oh, our games run at 1080p 60 frames per second and stuff like that. Like okay, you know, like maybe those rumors those jokes will actually stop, or maybe they're gonna be switched back around where, oh, my Xbox can run you know, I don't know, 1080p 60 frames per second or 1440, I don't know. I don't really know, guys. But yeah, you know how fanboys are. And this is gonna be the rumor is also too that the Xbox One, the new one, is gonna support Oculus Rift. And if you guys don't know what Oculus Rift is, it's basically a like a VR reality game, I'll like leave maybe like a gameplay of it, like, or just a picture of it, so you guys have probably seen some YouTubers use it. And that's kind of like Microsoft's solution to the PS4, the PSVR or something like that they have. It's something similar with Sony. But yeah, so that's basically kind of it about both things. So stay tuned to E3, as I will be covering the event and the news that releases. And E3 is June 16th, so mark that on your calendar, guys. But I personally don't. Okay, like now I'm gonna be sharing my thoughts on it. I personally don't think that the Scorpio will output 4K. Obviously, like some rumors have announced, because 4K gaming on PC, which is like the master race and everything, it's not common at all, and it's too expensive to build a 4K PC capable. And so if you put that on a console, it's not going to be affordable, and no one is going to buy it. Kind of like what happened with the 3DO. It had like the best graphics out there, but no one bought it because it was too expensive. And also, not a lot of people have 4K TVs. Like, that's kind of like the reality of it. Like, 4K TVs are starting to get more affordable, but they're still really expensive that not a lot of people have it. Most people just have 1080p TVs. But I'm gonna, like, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with the Scorpio, and if it actually is much, actually, no, never, my bad, I said Scorpio. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with, you know, the Neo. But now with the Scorpio, like, I think it's gonna be interesting to see, and if it's actually that much stronger than the new PS4, it's gonna, like, you know, it's be interesting to see how the generation switches places. Like, cause like there's a lot of jokes about the Xbox, like people calling the Xbox like Xbox 720p or Xbox 900p, because those two resolutions are mostly what like the Xbox runs. But like maybe we will hear like new jokes about the PS4 or something. But who knows? You know, that's just a speculation right there. And I'm also interested to see how many people will actually switch up to the new upgrades, and like, you know, like switch up. Maybe they sell their Xbox One, you know, or trade it in for like an Xbox Slim or Xbox Scorpio or something, or maybe for a PS4 and, you know, Scorpio, Neo, my bad. But who knows? Maybe it will be like, and also like I want to see how it works, like how it interacts with like when you play a game with like someone that has like Scorpio, which has like their game maybe runs better and stuff. Maybe we'll just be like PC gaming where everybody's like in the same lobby and stuff, but some people run the game better than some other people. You know, I just think it's gonna be like that. And I just wanted you guys to comment down your opinions on this whole like Scorpio Neo, and if you're gonna actually like, if it actually is true, would you like upgrade your PS4 to a Neo, or are you gonna upgrade your Xbox One to a Scorpio, or are you just gonna stick with the Xbox One, or maybe even buy the Slim because the Slim is actually coming. Like it hasn't been officially announced, but just wait till E3. They're gonna announce it. So anyway, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. So this was L Shady, and I'm out. Peace.